Today's thoughts are all about the power of stickability compared to capability. Do you know what? I think this is the number one skill of the change maker. Let's get started. I'm Simon Phillips. You've probably heard about stickability with a different word: persistence, tenacity, ability to overcome problems, that general desire and unstoppable will to make things happen. But I quite like the notion of stickability. Stick around, stick to the point, stick to your goals. All of those sentences just have a ring about them that I think can inspire people and can help people to understand what it really takes. It's said that stickability or persistence, or whatever words you prefer, are the greatest predictor of success. Quite often, when it comes to making things happen, people just lack the tenacity or the willpower. They become easily discouraged. They just don't feel like it. And that's why, if you can make this a habit, make it something that you just do, it is almost a descriptor of your own personality, your ability to stick with things. The probability of you achieving your goals is increased massively. The challenge is, of course, most people are looking for quick rewards. They're failing to see that this is all about a process. It's not about a transaction. It's not about put something in, get something out. It's about put something in, put something in, put something in, put something in, and you might just see some rewards. If the reward is the only thing that you're in this for, you may be disappointed. If instead you can think, I'm in this for the process, I'm in this for who I can become, for what I can experience along the way, for what opportunities might pop up that I didn't expect, that's when stickability becomes something that's a lot easier than if you are just waiting for that reward. We've all been there, haven't we? There's been things that we really want to achieve. We've put the effort in, and maybe it hasn't happened for us. Only in hindsight on those occasions can we start to see the character that was shaped in those moments. We start to understand that actually it was all about the process. It wasn't about the achievement of the goal. The process is important, and it's encompassed in phrases like, or questions like, how do you eat an elephant? Of course, the answer is in small chunks. The real answer is, don't go eating elephants. What have they done to you? As we persist with things, as we keep moving, as we take one step after another, what tends to happen is we bump into results. It's almost when we're not expecting them that results start coming in. The key is to remember, next time you're looking to achieve the same results, that it wasn't the one or two things that happened just before we achieved the results that made the difference. It was the 101 steps before we achieved the results that created the opportunity for the results to appear. I'm constantly reminded of the awesome power of nature. The ability for a single drop of water to, when it happens consistently, to bore through the toughest rocks. It's not the very last drop that does it. It's not the first. It's something to do with the millions of droplets of water in between. Anything is achievable if you just persist long enough. There's a great story that some of you will have heard about this. It's all to do with a donkey. I know, a donkey. And basically, this farmer, he had this donkey. He didn't like this donkey. The donkey just seemed to make a lot of noise and moan a lot and wander around aimlessly. And one day he heard this donkey very loudly ee-ohing in the distance. Oh. And he's like, oh God, what's he done now? So he wanders off and finds the donkey at the bottom of the well. Very frustrated, he goes off and talks to some of his neighbours. Come and help me with this donkey. Bring a shovel. The farmer had basically decided this donkey was no longer for this world. He's fed up with it. So they started shoveling earth into the well. And for the first 10 minutes, the donkey could be heard braying and complaining, and basically, if they could understand donkey, he'd be saying, what on earth are you doing? Persisted like that for 10 minutes and it all went a bit quiet. So the farmer and his neighbours continued shoveling earth into the well for another 10 minutes. And then someone decided to just take a look over the well wall and see what was going on. To their surprise, there was the donkey, stood on top of all the earth and just waiting for a little bit more to come in so that he could jump out. So they carried on, they put some more earth in, and the donkey managed to make his escape. The moral of the story, of course, is be that donkey. Just when life looks like it's burying you beneath another ton of earth and there doesn't seem to be any way out, you're stuck in that well. Just think laterally, work out a solution, solve the problem, jump on top of the earth and keep moving, one shovelful at a time. You will get out, you will get through this. In fact, the best way to get over a problem is to go through it. So when you're thinking maybe a bit misguidedly, I'm after some quick results, there will be some things in life that happen quickly, but invariably it's not the things that you want to happen quickly. When you find yourself thinking that, just remind yourself that actually it's going to take a bit more courage. It's going to take a little bit more imagination, and it's going to take a hell of a lot more persistence. You're going to need to develop an incredible gene. It's a little known one, and it's called the stickability gene. If you can develop that, you can make any change happen. It just might have to be tagged on with the word eventually. But you can do it. Stick with it. You may not have to stick with it quite as much as you thought you would. The results you are looking for may be just around the next corner, but the rewards are there. If you can imagine it, it's a possibility. So stick with it, and I'll see you next time.